For me, I just actually want to know why you said yes, because I just feel like your vows, you're a man of many words, but not a man off your word, because you did not stick to those vows at all.
Hey guys, today we're talking Love is Blind UK reunion.
That's right. And wasn't as dramatic as I was hoping it was, but
you know, it wasn't as dramatic for some people, and the people you don't expect it to be dramatic.
That's true.
For,
that is
very
true.
dramatic.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say very, but it was definitely
Trouble in Paradise.
That's right. Yeah, no doubt.
It's a year later.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about how everyone looks?
They all look good, man. Everybody looks good. You know, they're all dressed to the dimes here. You know, looking great. So, you know, as you expect. What I did think was cool was a live studio audience. That was awesome. It's cool. They had other pod mates in there, and they had some family members and stuff. So that was cool how they did that.
Yeah,
I don't remember them doing that in any of the American ones.
I don't either.
So,
I was ready for some Jerry Springer action.
Yeah, that's right.
But it didn't really happen. But starts off with Olly and Demi. Mm-hmm. They are not together.
Nope.
Nah, but they were still cool though, sort of. Like Demi seemed less cool than Olly did, right? Demi was like, you know what, Ollie's not my guy. No,
he's a good guy though.
Good guy, but not my guy. But why?
Yeah,
we still aren't really getting to the root of the issues yet.
He's Charlotte's guy now.
Is he? I mean, I was left open ended.
Yeah. There's something going on there, but like she's not my guy. But why? No. Like Olly said, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, there was no explanation whatsoever with that, and there was no. They didn't like go into it like, you know. They try dating after? Nothing. They really didn't talk anything about it.
She said when she walked away, she's like, I said not for now, but I walked away realizing, that's not the guy.
Yeah, but was it a physical thing? Was it an emotional thing?
I think she explained it before that she was on this journey. She went through a self-discovery kind of journey, and
so she dragged poor Olly through herself.
Yeah. It's Demi 2.0. Demi 2. I hate this Demi 2.0 talk. Like, you are who you are. Like, come on, man.
I mean, we all grow as people, right? Or you should anyway. Right?
Yeah.
So it's you know, life is a journey.
You're not a caterpillar to turn into a butterfly. Like, come on, what's going on here?
We could use a Josh 2.0.
Like, what is happening?
But with that being said, I mean, I love Demi, man. She's awesome. I think she's great, but at the same time, like you're saying, we all go through life's journeys. We all grow and change, or we're supposed to anyway. Most people, or some people maybe don't, but you know, so for everybody, I think that, you know, it's kind of
it just so happened. She didn't know she had to go through that journey. She didn't realize it. And she even said, watching back when she was seeing how she was in Greece, like she didn't like what she saw from herself. And then, you know, it made her miss her parents. She has a real close relationship with her parents and a lot of respect for her parents. Man. So she went back to her parents. She clearly wasn't ready for a relationship.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed with her. I know people love her and they're like, oh, poor Demi. Nah, I'm just annoyed with her. Like, what are you doing here? What's the deal? Are you looking for love? Not what's the story?
Well, I mean, she thought she was, and then kind of found out she wasn't, I guess, right? So, I mean, I don't know, man. It was weird. It was weird, right? But
they get into the whole love triangle thing, and Demi was a little annoyed with Catherine at this point.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think Demi and Olly are going to work on the outside world. No. But my mouth's going to get me into trouble. No, but like...
Because when I was in the pods, and I kept saying to Olly, where's your head at?
Yeah.
She didn't like the words she was saying.
Well, Catherine was...
How it's not going to work out.
Yeah, and she said that she didn't mean it that way. She absolutely meant it that way. Yeah. The other thing was that what I didn't understand was that she said she didn't realize that they were together. Like, she knew Olly had another connection, but she didn't know it was Demi. She absolutely knew that because, like, she was constantly looking at Demi and, like, there was that competition in a way that she had with her. So she's self-preserving in this point.
Demi definitely knew because, like Catherine said, like I was very vocal about it, and Demi was kind of holding her cards close. And even Demi agreed, I was doing that. You know, it's kind of
I felt they showed that too. So I don't really know, but you know, they're kind of bickering, and then who jumps in? Jasmine. She adds a little spice to the pot, like she does.
Oh yeah.
Bobby likes that, though.
He might. Bobby like that firecracker. That's fine.
So she hops in there, stirs it up a little bit, which, you know, she often does.
Long. You were insinuating that was because of the way she looks, and she looks amazing.
It does. It definitely was not.
She was calling her out because she was saying it didn't mean it that way, and it's like we all knew that that's what she meant.
She's like, if you didn't mean it that way, why would you say your words are going to get yourself into trouble, right? So
yeah, but she's not good with her words. She says so. I'm just going to put
Sam
this,
uses the same excuse later on.
I'm going to put this right here because I do sometimes feel bad for everybody. They are real people, and they are putting themselves. They're in a vulnerable position here, and I get it. And people make mistakes. Our moments on. Our private moments on TV probably wouldn't come across very well either. So give them a little bit of grace there.
Well, you got to be smart and be like Steven and come off really amazing and maybe not be.
He watches that and he's like, oh man, I wish I hadn't come across so perfect.
Right. He's like, come across as perfect guy, but I'm not perfect,
But I don't know. I mean, I thought these two were pretty good together, but there was something missing. I don't know what, but something wasn't there.
Yeah, they definitely thought so. And then again, then they, kind of go the Sharlotte route, and neither him or Sharlotte are really willing to say they're a thing, but they're kind of saying they're a thing.
They're like, we're a thing.
Without saying they're a thing.
Life is good, whatever, but...
She said it was complicated.
Yeah.
Well, good on Olly for finding someone else and being happy.
That's right.
But Sabrina and Steven, and they're not sitting
Here we
together.
go.
They keep alluding to it, and you're like, uh-oh, what happened?
Trouble in paradise, like you said.
But you can, when they first alluded to it, saying, we'll get to that later, that you're not sitting together. The look on their faces is like, this is going to be bad.
Now, here's what I didn't like about that. Like, Steven was very cool about it. He wasn't going to say anything bad about Sabrina, but immediately she's just like freaking hammering the guy.
She was on the offense.
She was all on the offense. You could tell he was not going to go there, and he even said, look, there's a lot of stuff I could say. I'm not going there. And so,
I don't think she said
I thought it was bad of
anything.
her to kind of the way she went about it, initially. I mean, she kind of, at the end, turned it around a little bit. But I think initially that she just started kind of hammering at him. And I was like, whoa, come on now.
She was slinging mud his way.
She was.
No doubt about it.
No respect for me. No consideration for my family and what my family had done. You literally said, shit happens, they'll get over it.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
She was telling him what happened. She was telling her
point of view.
and he had the opportunity to tell his point of view, and he didn't.
He did. He said part of that's lies. He's like, look, I'm not going to get into. He's like, I'm not going to sling mud at you. Is basically what he's saying to her. But part of what you're saying is lies, and basically we'll leave it at that, right?
So you're going to take that at face value.
I'm taking what they both said at face. I'm taking the fact that we all said he was a good guy, and I still think he is. I'm sure she had her problems, and he doesn't want to freaking say them on live TV, and good for him on that.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't have to sling the mud the way she did have him, right? So, I mean, she didn't have to sling the mud out in the way she did.
I don't think she did anything
Yes,
wrong
she did.
here.
Yes,
I don't think she slung mud.
I don't know if she did anything wrong, but I enjoyed it. But, see, here's what I said. I want to see Steven go through some hardship.
There
we
you
didn't
go.
see that, and we see a little bit of it. What happened?
Yeah, well,
I give you credit to that.
What I will say is it seems like now what Steven did wrong, I think maybe he was a little dishonest about his financial situation, which I guess we hear about, right? So kind of found out, I guess, owning a gym ain't all it's cracked up to be, I guess.
Yeah, no, I feel like, I mean, again, I don't know what their private conversations were about it. We weren't privy to any conversations about their financial situation, but yeah, I feel like he had a lot of financial issues, obviously.
It sure sounded like it.
He was struggling with his business, and then he couldn't afford to go visit her. She visited him 7 times.
Yeah, and he only went
7
twice.
to 2.
He went twice, and they haven't
crazy.
seen each other in 8 months.
Yeah,
And it's been a year since
months.
filming.
Yeah.
So in 4 months, she went 7 times, and he went twice.
Yeah. No, that was bad.
But she said she's going to move to be with him, so there you go.
But and that's the thing. Initially in the pod, she flat out said, I will move. That's not a problem, right? So, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're going to do 50-50, this and that, which obviously wasn't 50-50. And yeah, I mean, he should have won a lot more. And obviously,
I think there was a lot more hostility between the two of them when it came to both of them. He's clearly struggling with his finances, with his business, his career. Yeah. She's starting her own agency, and he was saying that she was doing really well with that. So maybe there was a little tension with that, and that's why she couldn't it's like, hey, you're not doing so good.
But I am.
I'm making money, so we're going to have to go this route now.
Yeah, maybe, but they didn't tell us any of that, right?
Well, she said...
I honestly don't feel like you respected me. I don't think you appreciated me. And I don't think that you considered me.
She's like, I bought him a damn ironing board, for God's sake.
He's like, what?
He made I don't know. I can see this. He just... I can totally see him just going on living a life the way it was and not making what she said was accommodations in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, someone does some things and people take it for granted and, Yeah,
but she flat out, trashed him for his vows and all that stuff. I was like, come on, man, that's not really called.
That was...
that's not called for.
I'll give you that one.
And that's
But
the kind of
that
stuff.
was
And
from
that's
an-
what I'm talking about slinging mud. You know, some of the stuff she said, I was like, come on, dude, you don't got to do that.
Well,
that
well,
wasn't
she's-
coming from somewhere inside. Like that was coming from hurt. Like,
She blamed it on personal issues where he blamed on long distance, lost the spark.
Yeah.
So he was kind of being pretty generalized with things.
mhm.
So
And
Yeah,
of course, and of course,
there's more to this story.
I'm sure there is.
Obviously, the truth's somewhere in between, as it always is, right? So,
Mhm.
and then
of course, the thing is, like the hosts of this one, they're not wanting to get into the
Yeah,
freaking
they
dirt. They're like,
don't.
okay, that's enough. Let's move
It's
on.
getting too heated here.
Right.
We're gonna calm
Steven's
this
not
down.
much of a chit chatter on the phone.
Yeah, or on
and they're
text.
long distance. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a texter even. Like, I mean,
yeah, well that creates an issue, right?
Oh, of course,
I'm
it
more
does.
inclined to believe her, and I think he's
Exactly.
kind of minimizing it.
I
but
agree.
it doesn't
Maybe.
sound like it's crazy bad at the same time, though. It seems like they just
I
fell out of love
think
with
she's
each other.
mad and
She,
hurt.
she
by
was
it,
trying to
which
make
is
it
why
right.
she's-
Exactly. She sounded a lot more mad than anything, right?
Yeah, well, maybe she felt like what she says, like she's putting a lot into it, and it's not being reciprocated.
Yeah.
Right away. And he is coming up like my business, like you got to make this a priority. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So it's very sad to see how awesome they
it's
did in
horrible.
the pods and on the show, and then now they're
Like
pretty bitter.
everybody's number
At least
one
she
couple, they just went to shit.
I know.
Just like, man.
Like, look, I was surprised that they weren't together, but I think there was a lot of comments, on our last video about how, the long distance thing might break them up or something like
Yeah,
that. And the host brought up the kid thing. I was a little surprised to see them not together, but not surprised at the same time. I was shocked to see how hostile it was.
Mhm.
He's a man of words, not actions, I guess.
He's not perfect.
Yeah, he's not.
Right,
So,
yeah, who is?
and then we get to Bobby and Jasmine.
Yeah, that was great, man. They're
They're
living a dream, man.
perfect.
They're living
Things
the
are
dream.
amazing for them.
About
Allegedly.
ready to have some kids, and so they're working on it already. Yeah,
Yeah, and he
Right now, actively.
right
They're probably doing it
right
now.
as we speak. they
and
said.
he moved to
Yeah.
London and now bums off her and
within 2 days, he was
full
like,
time job, like dealing with her. So I get it. So
Oh my goodness. That's what
Yeah.
you took from that.
That's right.
that's what he was saying to me. I don't know.
He had a nice little man pad though, man. I like that. He had his freaking
Yeah.
pool table there in the freaking dining room.
The
and
Murphy
stuff.
bed.
That was good. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, so I mean, life is good, and I think he put it very plainly when he said like,
My wife's happy, then I'm happy.
Good.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
But I
he
will-
gets it. He gets it. He
But
found the
give-
secret.
But give her credit when they brought up the jealousy thing and the social media thing
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
is he reassuring you? And she's like, yeah, he does that. But like, I have to take ownership on that too.
I got to work on that
And
myself.
so she can see that she might be a little much, I guess.
Right.
So I think she's working on that
Yeah.
herself.
He
Well,
got.
and
He has
anything-
mom's approval now.
That's right.
110%.
Mhm.
I know how you feel about
Yeah,
that.
I don't know
over
how you go over
100%.
100, but
That's right.
people do it. Apparently, you do it more often than you would
That's
think.
You might see some little mini Johnsons running around.
Yes, love is blind babies.
Please put your hands together for the wonderful Bobby and Jasmine.
I mean,
So,
translate.
a happy, successful couple.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good to see.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
And
Yeah.
they look great.
Yeah.
She looked
looking
good.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Tom and Maria, they're sitting together, but
Right.
they're not together. So
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because like they get along somewhat, but then at the same time, it was like there was a little bit of tension there, I guess. And Tom's like, "Attention's right here and here, not there and there."
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they're a funny couple,
Right,
right?
yeah,
they
yeah.
asked her at the end.
Are you still friends?
We're okay.
We're okay.
Yeah, we're all right. We all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tom says he had some ugly moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know about ugly.
Yeah.
Some moments.
Yes,
I
I
don't
mean-
know how ugly they were.
Yeah, I mean, you're a little off for sure, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Everybody jumped on him about the whole
job.
situation
Mhm.
and how he said that. And I feel like he was being honest. Like, I don't know if he was really as negative in that moment as people took it. Like, he was saying, yeah, it made me think about that. Like,
Right. And we don't know.
and that was him being honest and vulnerable.
Right, and we didn't see how far that conversation went.
Right.
All we saw was a little tiny piece of it, right? What the editors wanted to show us, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, who knows?
So, I mean, I get it, but at the same point in time, I didn't think it was quite as bad as people were making it out to be. But she really took offense to the whole daughters thing.
Yeah, which I thought that was stupid.
Yeah.
It's like he's not throwing shade at you or your mom or your
Yeah.
sister because you guys want to be a certain race. He's just saying how he felt, and how he felt, how he wanted to raise his daughters. So I thought it was dumb that she was like so hurt and butthurt about that because I didn't take it as a bad thing when he said it the way he said it. it was like, hey, I don't want my daughters to feel like a man should pay for all their shit, you know, when they're out, you know, dating and stuff. I want them to be able to, you know, fend for themselves and be strong, independent women. And, you know, whatever, get on
They're
with that.
just not on the same page.
It's just a difference in opinion. I don't think he was trying to say something about her mom or how she raised her kids or something like that.
No, I don't think it was at all.
I don't think so either.
The fact
But
she
really
took
it that way.
Yeah.
Now, the part that annoys me, and I like Maria, but like when she says, I never said we weren't splitting the bills or whatever, or not paying for anything. No, you just wanted the outward appearance of it, which I'm like, come on.
Yeah, and then when the fact she said, I'm not going to pay for somebody's freaking mortgage, right? So when did Maria say that when they were talking about this stuff?
Yeah, well, she was concerned about that. I just think, I'm like, you're minimizing this, but like you said how important it was for the man to have the appearance of these things. Yeah. What good is it to have the appearance if behind the scenes that's not what's going on? Right. Come on.
Yeah, why be fake?
Yeah, so I don't like that. I love Maria. I thought she looked fantastic.
Oh, yeah, she did. No doubt about it.
I just think their communication styles are different. I think he's misunderstood when he comes across with his opinions. And obviously their values just, it wasn't going to work.
Yeah. And the thing that bothered me about Tom is like, after he said no, he just like jets off and didn't check on her or nothing. So.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if he did or not. We never got to see, right? So who knows exactly what happened there.
Yeah. But then
he walks off and it doesn't ever seem like they, you know, had that conversation.
So then they go to Tash and they bring that whole thing in, and that fizzles out to that.
That's like a nothing burger. I thought it was going to be something, but it's not.
Apparently, they didn't even talk at all until last week when it was like, "Hey, I saw this on TV. Maybe we should talk about
make sure
this."
We're cool. We're good. Everything's cool.
Right?
Yeah, you think they're going to? Oh, maybe they're together, but nope.
Yeah, nada.
No, she got over him.
You know, the funny thing is, they never asked any of these couples, like, hey, you know, the ones that didn't work, like, hey, are you seeing somebody else now or anything? They never got any of that, right?
I got a little bit of the tea on one of them.
Oh, yeah?
I'll bring it up at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. But Benaiah and Nicole, and this is another very strong couple, right?
This one's crazy to me, man, because, like, Benaiah is a freaking wanderer, right? He said he does landscaping when he can, when he needs a job and stuff. But they're talking about, hey, you know, we're going to Ghana. We were in freaking wherever the hell they were at in the Middle East in that one picture, in that one trip. And they're like, yeah, we try to go on a trip for like 2 months every year. And I'm like, she must make bank. I'm like, damn, you guys, because unless he just has money from inheritance or something, I don't know. But the way they were talking, like they're just
I don't
going
know
on
how they
trips.
fund it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great life. I was like,
he definitely got her on board with it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they don't splurge when they're doing it, so it's not as bad as one might think.
I don't know.
But we get to see Nicole's happy dance.
Yes. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. my shits. Oh my shits.
Oh my shit. That was hilarious.
So, and there's not much more to tell here, but then Sam is back. Sam from London.
Oh, yeah.
And when he comes in, like, everyone's face is like... It's not good.
No.
They are not happy to see him.
No,
definitely not.
And he sits between Freddie and Catherine.
And I thought that was interesting. Yeah. Like, is Sam and Catherine
there was
together?
that flirty moment.
Yeah, that's right. Especially that TikTok we saw.
And he said, grab your popcorn, you know, as it starts. So you're like, what is going to happen here?
Yeah.
And it fizzled out. And I was like,
but it's like misdirection. I'm like, what is this?
That was total misdirection.
Classic Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy comes out, he says his piece, there, you know, and then Demi's like, you need to freaking apologize. He's like, okay, fine, I apologize.
I thought that's what he was kind of doing, but
exactly.
He didn't straight up say he was
sorry.
He
was getting to it.
Yeah, he was getting
wasn't. He was he was self-preserving, like Sam does. I don't know that he's grown from this. You know, I can
grown a mustache. I mean, he's
I can see, you know, he says he's had a really rough, like, last couple weeks since this has aired, and I can see why.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
And, you know, I feel bad for anyone who kind of, like, gets heat, you know, when they're a private, they're not, he was never really a private person, but they were just a normal average person, and now they're on TV for the whole world to see and judge, and that sucks.
And the hostess came in and said that. She's like, look, these are real people's lives here, so yeah, you know, you got to at least appreciate that they're putting their lives out there for people to see.
Yeah, but I still think he didn't own up to how fake he was being.
Yeah.
They rake him through the coals, he apologizes.
And he walks away.
Yeah. And then he walks out.
Let me go back to my seat. Let me go back to my chair.
You'll see him on the next perfect match. It's fine.
And
exactly.
He admits that, like, he lied about the Nicole thing a little bit, but I was like, is he just peer pressure right now?
Yeah, that was weird. That was definitely because he was just like, yeah, I'm sorry, you know. And I was like, yeah, it was definitely a weird moment, but
she said it wasn't true.
Yeah,
she said it wasn't true.
Yeah.
She didn't say that before. but she said it this time, and he didn't disagree with her.
Right. Feel like we actually got to the bottom of that. I don't think we did for the best. I don't know. Exactly. She's happy with Benaiah. Life is good.
And it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
The point, the bigger point is that he should never have brought it up, whether it was true or not.
That's true.
Yeah. We get to Catherine and Freddie, and they're not together either.
Yeah.
Shocking.
But this is the one maybe you think there's going to be a lot of drama, and
nothing
not so much.
Well, I thought it was cool the way Freddie, the way he utilized and talked about how, you know what, man, when we were like in the pods together, it felt like the wall wasn't there. He's like, it wasn't until we got to the real world that like a wall was built. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool. And, you know, that was a good way to freaking kind of phrase it there.
And Freddie's sister kind of stands by her word.
Oh, yeah.
She did not backtrack at all.
And Catherine agreed with her.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, but I think she was just trying to save face.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because Catherine,
to an extent, probably. But at the same time, you know.
I got to tell you, I've not been the biggest fan of Catherine this entire season, right? But she backtracked a little bit when it came to Demi. Like, I was like, that's typical Catherine. She's going to, like, try to save face and, like, say that's not how I meant it or whatever. But in this moment, when they were talking, she was talking about a relationship with Freddie. She earned a little respect back.
Grace there,
you know, she was very graceful about it. She owned up to what she was wrong in as far as the relationship goes and how it played. So I give her some kudos to that. Whether that's saving face or not, she did it.
And even Freddie did. Freddie was like, look, you know, when they brought up her talking about the cheating thing, Freddie's like, no, listen, she actually handled that well, and you know, I appreciated the way that she still gave me a chance afterward and all that. So he was very gentlemanly about it.
And I do think, I would like to think that because she said something about how she is snappy, because he said you snapped at me a lot. She's like, yeah, I am snappy. I think she's trying to work on that. I think she's, especially after seeing it, I don't know the last 8 months, but when you see this played back, I can only imagine like being these people watching their moments on TV like that.
Right. Well, and they mentioned a lot, and they mentioned, like, Freddie mentioned, like, what everybody was saying, like, in comments when we kind of said everything. Freddie's like, look, you know, I just felt like I couldn't even be myself around you, right? I couldn't joke around. I couldn't do anything because, you know, he's like, it was like I was basically walking on eggshells, you know, being around you.
Yeah.
And I kind of like what Tom said, too, which I think is true of many of these people, where it's like, it's you can recognize that things need to change, but to enact that is another thing entirely. And I think that's true as well.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, it's one
That's
thing.
probably true for Sam, probably true for Catherine.
True for everybody, right? It's one thing to recognize your faults.
It's a general statement to be true.
And you know what would actually be even better is if like they did a year follow-up after this, because it's like you're doing the year follow-up after they've played out their relationships, but there's going to be growth from all of these people after watching themselves go through this too, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
There should be.
I hope not mental health issues.
I mean, Tom did. He's like, look, I watched that back and I thought maybe there's little ugly moments for myself there, and I really thought about it, right? So
yeah. So, but they're still going to be friends.
Yeah.
So
they're still cool, man.
Yeah.
There you go. It's probably for the best.
I mean, who can't be friends with Freddie, right?
They brought up the earrings.
Yeah. And she gave him back, and he said, like, I kind of had to give him the earrings.
But I shouldn't have given her the earrings.
It was really weird, man. Yeah. But he was like, look, I just felt like I had to come there with a gift.
Yeah, I'm like, but no, you didn't. You're getting ready to dump her. You don't have to give her crap.
Right.
Giving her a no.
But again, Freddie being the nice guy that he is, you know. And like I said, I joked about it being the consolation prize.
That's not a Freddie thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. That was kind of weird too.
She did say that. I was like, Freddie can't give someone earrings?
Right, exactly.
It seemed like he can because that was important to him. So I'm like,
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. And she said, I love he makes me laugh, but I'm like, not when you're shopping with them, apparently.
That's right.
So.
Shopping is not a time for fun.
Yeah, ain't time for joking around.
Nope.
So that's the season of the UK. I really liked it. I hope they do another one.
Yeah, when they hinted that they're going to, right? She asked her husband, you want to do it again? He's like, yeah, let's do it.
I think they did it better than the Americans do.
I don't know.
Well, better than the later American seasons, for sure. And the first couple seasons, the American ones were great, just like this one was great.
Oh, I hope it doesn't turn like that for them.
Yeah, no. We'll see.
Yeah.
But the tea that I have is Catherine is dating somebody else from the pods.
Ah, okay.
Why didn't they get into that? Where is this dude?
But they actually live together.
Wow, that's pretty important. Yeah. I wonder how long ago this reunion was filmed. Is it live? It was semi-live, they said, right? So
I think it was why
wouldn't they get into that?
That's a good question. Again, I mentioned that, right? They didn't ask any of them if they're dating anybody else or anything.
True.
So
yeah,
that was weird.
The only person we found out is Olly.
And we kind of found it out.
Right. They're still being cryptic about it, right? So. Oh man. Well, There you have it, folks. That is Love is Blind UK Season 1 down. And it was a damn good season. Yeah, I really liked it. You know, we thought it was great. Hey, we love you guys hanging out with us and doing this. We love doing it for you. Please tell us what you thought about this finale. And until next time, we will check you guys in our next review.